If you are just starting out painting with watercolors and you purchased all these supplies only to wish that they last as long as possible, I totally hear you. It can be expensive, especially when it comes to your brushes. And so it's really important to care for them properly to get them to last as long as possible. So today I'm going to share some tips with you on how to care for your brushes so that you get the most mileage out of them. Hi, I'm Brett Blumenthal, and this is my channel where I share lots of great tips on how to paint with watercolors. If you're new to watercolors or looking to learn some more to add to your journey of watercolor painting, go ahead and subscribe to this channel and feel free to download the resources in the links below. With that, let's get started on how to care for your brushes. When you spend a lot of money on your brushes, you clearly want to make sure that you're taking care of them so that they last for as long as possible. So today I'm going to just show you some basic tips on how to keep your brushes lasting their longest. So after you use a brush, okay, let's say it has some paint on it and it's dirty, the first thing you want to do is make sure you absolutely clean it off as well as possible. And you're going to use 2 cups of water. I use one for all of my dirty paint brushes, so I'll rinse them off here and get as much of it off as possible. And then I go into my clear water and make sure it's absolutely completely paint-free. And then I take a paper towel and I rub my paintbrush on it to make sure that I don't see any paint left. And if I don't see any paint left, then we're good to go. The next thing you want to do is you want to take your paintbrush, the tip, and you want to actually squeeze out any remaining water if there is any, and you want to reshape it essentially into the shape of the brush the way it was before you started. So this was pretty pointy, so I've just reshaped it into that point. Then you're going to let it dry on a paper towel. So any brush, no matter what the shape is, you want to do the same thing. So for a flat brush, you're going to want to make sure, again, all your paint is off. It seems like there's a little paint still there. So I'm going to just get more of that paint off. Still a little bit. Sometimes you have to work a little extra harder on certain brushes. Okay, that's pretty good, I think. And so you're going to squeeze out, actually I want to just make sure I get some clean water on it. Okay, and you're going to squeeze out whatever remains and reshape it once again. So this flat brush is reshaped into its original shape. And then finally, let's do a liner. Make sure there's no extra paint on here either. Looks pretty clean. Great. And shape that once again. Now, you never want to leave your brushes sort of sitting in anything or leaning on anything, or leave it actually. You never want to leave it in your water like this. You will absolutely ruin your brush, because what will happen is it'll sit at the bottom like this, and it'll end up staying like that, and you won't be able to get it back into that nice point. You also don't want it to have paint on it when you're trying to dry off your brush. So once these are completely dry, then you're going to want to store them with the points up. So you put in your cup that you hold your brushes in, and you just make sure that they're upright like this. And that's as simple as it is. The better you care for your brushes, the more you're going to have your brushes last, and the longer they're going to last for you. And you won't waste money on buying new brushes because they ended up getting all mucked up. As always, thanks so much for watching. If you found these tips helpful, please go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget, be sure to download those free resources in the links below. I'll see you in the next video.